Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name's Eva and I have a rare spinal condition called spondylolisthesis. In this video it is my pre-op assessment kind of. I do a quick run through of what happened and what to expect if you are getting a pre-op assessment done. If you want a more in-depth, I did a full talk about it a little further down in my channel for my first operation, as this is a revision of that one. I am booked in for my operation on the 4th of January, which from filming this video is around a week and a bit away. I did at my pre-op get my Hibby scrub and my nose cream to do my MRSA screening, which I need to do 5 days before my surgery. But if you want more information about that and what to expect if you're going into hospital for a spinal surgery, like I said, I did a full video further down on my channel. This is just a quick run through, and also at the end of this video I did an up-to-date suitcase video about what to pack, because the first one I did wasn't that great, and looking back at it, I can tell you what you should and shouldn't get coming from my experience. So I hope you all enjoy, and let's get on with the video. So I started off the day early by travelling to the hospital in the car with my family. When we arrived, me and my mum then got dropped off at the hospital, which is in the middle of the city, with my wheelchair. We then travelled to the area of the hospital we needed to be in, which I think was first the children's outpatient clinic, but I've forgotten what it's called. There I had my pre-op assessment, where they did a general checkup, MRSA screening, and where I gave them my urine sample too. Once that was completed, I was given all the documents I needed in order to get my test done. So first I had an ECG, so we needed to travel to go and get that done. So here I am waiting to have that done, and then I went to wait for my bloods to be taken, and this was where it was done. And then we were actually able to go home, as they already had all the scans that they needed, which made it a very, very short pre-op assessment. So now I'm going to continue with the rest of the video by showing you what is in my suitcase. So guys, I thought that I would show all of you what I've packed in my suitcase for my second time around. This is like a more realistic and up-to-date version, because last time, if you watched my other suitcase video, you'll know that I packed like loads and loads of stuff, and I didn't even end up using half of it, because if I'm being like truly honest with you guys, all I really wore was the hospital gowns, so the only outfit I really needed was one to come home with. So all of like the t-shirts and leggings and jumpers which I packed, I didn't actually need. So I'm going to recommend, with experience from my previous surgery, about what to pack for your spinal surgery. So a suitcase, I've got one here, it's open, but it was super helpful. This is like a medium-sized one. I literally loved it. It was so easy to wheel around the hospital, because my mum had to do it because I was obviously in wheelchairs and gurneys and things. It was so easy for everything just get stored in one place. It's easy to can just store it under the bed or wherever. It is perfect. And I also have my emergency bag. So I've had this bag packed ever since I found out that my screw was broken, just in case there was any emergencies or in case I had to be rushed in for whatever reason. So I'm going to go through this bag first, and then my suitcase, because this has a few bits in which would be in my suitcase. So in this bag, if I open it first, it is only a small size bag, so it's easy to carry and lightweight. This has the true essentials in it. So I've got some period pads, as you all know, my period did start the day after surgery, even though I'd already had it 2 days before surgery. So it was a right catastrophe. So I definitely recommend, because I didn't actually know that that could be a chance of happening. So we didn't bring anything like that, no period product, no nothing. So I've just got these. This is a sample pack. I then have a sleep mask. If you do not have a sleep mask, get a sleep mask, because the lights turn on at silly hours and turn off at silly hours, and you will be absolutely shattered because you're recovering, so want to sleep during the day, so this is just perfect. I then have some pants, a pair of loose fitting leggings, an extra long charger, 2 pairs of fluffy socks, and this is the important bit, with grips on, because I packed fluffy socks last time and you're not allowed to walk around in them in case you slip, so you have to get given these green cotton ones, and they are absolutely horrible. They're horrible material, so these are definitely going to be helpful, because I had really bad problems with temperature control personally, so I really needed fluffy warm socks, but then when I had to walk I had to keep the same pair of socks on the whole time, which was disgusting because I wasn't allowed to shower. And they just were not comfortable, so definitely get fluffy socks with grips on if possible. I then have just a scruffy old t-shirt. And then the absolute essential, as you all know, I will praise and keep on praising nighties. I have not stopped wearing nighties. It's been nearly a year now since my last surgery. Can you guys believe that? This one's inside out, by the way. But I wear nighties every single night if I can. They're so comfortable. They just stop rubbing on the scar. I don't know why nighties aren't like deemed socially acceptable, because they're the most comfiest thing. They're not restrictive at all. They don't hurt like around your waist when you go to sleep. They don't rub. They are just perfect, and especially for your scar after surgery. And it's easy for changes when you need to roll. Nighties. Although you may feel like an old granny, you do get used to it. And I swear to God, if you think you've got too much nighties, add more. You will never, ever have enough nighties, as you guys will see in this video. And I've still got more to pack. Then finally at the bottom I have got my toiletry bag. So in here it has got, this is waterproof by the way, I'm going to be truly honest with you guys, I did not use one single toiletry when I was in hospital, because I was unable to get out of bed unless it was to go to the toilet. So I did not brush my teeth for the whole 9 days I was there, did not use deodorant. I did use body spray because you do start to get a bit stinky, but it was nothing like that. You're not keeping as pristine as you would imagine because you are in agony not wanting to move. But I am just going to pack it just in case, because it is always nice to have the option. So I've just got some roll-on deodorant, scrunchies. Then again, I did not have my hair up. It got in a massive mat, as if you watch my hospital compilation. I think I put it in there, but I'm not too sure, because you were not able to brush it. I didn't have it up. At one point I had it plaited in like Princess Leia buns for the surgery, and then I got it plaited after, but because you can't wash it, your hair's just a complete mess. You are not thinking about it whatsoever. But a scrunchie is always a good option to have. Mouthwash, a headband. I've got 2. I've got this headband here, because I'm going to try use them this time, and then this like sports headband. And then I have some body wash just in case I want to go in the shower, but you're not actually allowed to. But this is just an emergencies. Some hand cream, because your hands do get really chapped. I need to pack some lip balm, and then I just have a disposable toothbrush and toothpaste tube. So I'm now going to move on to the non-essential items, but items I would still consider bringing, and that's everything which is in my suitcase here. So I've got 2 sides to my suitcase, as you can see here. Not everything is in there, as I still have a few days to go before my surgery. So I am still using a few bits and bobs like my hairbrush and chargers and electronics and things like that. But I will show you guys the gist of what I'm bringing and tell you what I'm going to bring. So on like the leisure side, I have got what I would consider after the nightie one of the most important things to get. A water bottle. You need to drink so much water after surgery to stop yourself getting constipated, and water is just really good for your health anyway. And if you think about it, lying down and drinking, it is so difficult. It's something you don't think about until it's actually having to be you. And the water in hospital is not very nice. But a water bottle like this, where you can literally lay down with it shut so it doesn't spill everywhere, and then just pop it open in your mouth, is an absolute lifesaver. Because trust me, I went through the stage with the cups, with it spilling everywhere, with even plastic water bottles with the screw on and screw off lid, trying to get it to the angle without it falling all down your face. I got soaked about 9 times out of 10, even with the ones with the lid, which is still like a little round bit. Nothing is as good as one like this where it just pops in and out, so I definitely recommend bringing at least one of these. Then I have Earplugs. I didn't bring these last time, so I'm interested to see if they make a difference, because my mum is a snorer, which I discovered when I had to sleep next to her for 8 days, so it was an absolute nightmare. But I was so tired that most of the time I just fell straight asleep. But I'm going to see if these help, and she actually had trouble sleeping as well, because we were on a ward. In my case, it was children's wards. There was babies crying, monitors going off. It's just really loud. Then I have a word search. I didn't actually do this much, but my mum did a lot, and I'd sit, and if I did want to do it, I'd just show her where to do it. As you can see, it went a bit, that was my scribbles last time trying to do it laying down. But it was quite a good passerby if I needed to. It's always good to have options, but I am trying to discover something which I can do laying down. So if any of you have any recommendations, please put them in the comments below. As finding activities to do lying down, unless they're on electronic devices, is very, very difficult. I then have a colouring book, which I used on some of my last days, which is just fun. Just helps you de-stress a bit, but the same thing goes with that. It's very hard to do lying down. And then to go with them, I have somewhere here. I got a pencil case full with pencils. They're just, I think these are the W.H. Smith brand ones. Oh no. But just loads of different colours in a small pencil case for me to use. And finally, I don't know, all you bookworms are going to absolutely hate me. I have a book. I am still on this book, as if you would have watched my first suitcase video. I just bought this book, and I'm on, drum roll please, only part 2, sorry, and there's 4 parts to it. I'm on page 83 after it nearly a year. So it's just so hard to read. I wouldn't really recommend reading because you're so high on meds, you can't concentrate on the words, and you're so tired and just nothing goes in, and the last thing you really want to be doing is reading, because I personally felt terrible from the meds. So sick and everything, and I just needed something to take my mind off, and you don't realise how much attention reading actually requires until you have to give it that attention. But like I said again, it's always good to have the option if needed. So I'm now going to go on to the clothes section of my suitcase. So I have got my trusty knockoff Crocs. You don't need to get fancy Crocs. These are just from Tesco. I think they were like £5 instead of the £20 ones if you're not going to wear them. However, if you are planning on wearing them afterwards, I would recommend a trusty pair of branded Crocs. But I mean, I've had these a year now. They're not looking too bad. These are a bit small for me. I've been trying to find a different size, but I might just have to stick with these. But these are perfect. Crocs. Don't get sliders. Don't get flip-flops, you need Crocs, because the back bit stops your foot slipping out, and the front bit, obviously, it protects it. Because if you're wearing sliders, your foot can so easily slap out when you're walking, and you're so unstable anyway, you do not need that. So these just have the perfect amount of grip as well at the bottom, and just stability. If you don't bring up a pair of shoes like this, then you will be only walking in the socks. And trust me, you don't want to be walking in the socks and then sleeping in them and then doing everything in them, because they will look disgusting. Next, I have an item I wouldn't recommend for everybody. I only bought these when I need them, but these are some Always Discreet Pants. I found these an absolute lifesaver when I had my period, because you cannot stand up, you cannot clean yourself, and these just catch so much. I could wear one of these pants for a full day, there'd be no spillages, no leakages, and they're so much comfortable than normal pads. I don't know why they're more socially accepted, to be honest. I then have my trusty dressing gown. A dressing gown is perfect for anything. You can use it as a blanket, you can use it to go places. So I had to get an x-ray after I took my dressing gown. If I was cold in the bed, I wore my dressing gown. If I needed to go somewhere, I took my dressing gown. So I always would recommend to have a dressing gown. It has so many purposes, even to pop your phone on if you don't end up using it. And I am this time, I think, going to bring a blanket, because I was freezing last time and it was summer then, and now it's winter. I think I'm going to have to bring some extra layers, and I might bring my hoodie, but I haven't yet decided, because obviously it's quite hard to put jumpers on after your surgery, and obviously an hoodie is a jumper, which is why I'd prefer the dressing gown. So I haven't decided if I'm going to bring that yet, but I might just bring it in case I want it. And then nighties. I am still wearing some of my nighties, so this is just 2, but I will be bringing all of I think I've got about 7 nighties right now. Then, as I was saying before, I'm just bringing 1 pair of leggings. I'll be going in a pair of leggings, so I will have that option if I need another pair, and then I will be going home in this pair. I then have these loose pajama bottoms, which are another option instead of leggings. These are so comfortable and soft, and they've just got a really loose elasticated waist. I then have just a pair of shorts, just in case I need to. I don't know, it's always nice to have the option, isn't it? And then I'm only bringing one pair of socks, which last time I didn't because I thought I'd be wearing them all the time. But as I've already said, fluffy socks over normal socks any day of the week. And then I'm only going to bring a few pairs of pants. My reasoning being, you don't actually wear them. And I know it sounds horrible, but because I got straight on my period after and I was on them pants, which I just showed you, I was not in the mood for wearing pants. So, and you have your catheter for a while, so you can't wear pants. So I think I only ended up wearing like 3 pairs of pants in the whole of my 8-day stay, which sounds disgusting, but it's really not. But it obviously goes down to the individual and what you're going in for, how long you're staying for, etc. So electronic wise, this time I will be bringing my Nintendo. I don't know if I'll actually use it because I only have like 2 apps on here, one being Just Dance, so I won't be using that. But I don't know, I just think it might be a good option if I just want a break from my phone. I then have my phone which I'm videoing on, so I'll bring that charger. I'm not going to bring the Nintendo charger, I'm going to just make sure it's fully charged before we go. And then I obviously have my iPad, which is a little sneak peek into my next video, which is my Christmas haul, which is coming up, and my Christmas like week experience and things like that. So I'm going to be bringing my iPad with me, and I think I'm going to buy an Apple Pencil to also take to hospital. And then I have my wireless headphones, which I'm going to bring, and this time I think I'm also going to bring a pair of wired headphones. Wireless headphones are so good because you just hate the wires getting tangled. You don't want to think about it. You can just go to sleep with them on, and I'd recommend some really good quality pair of noise cancelling wireless headphones. I have Beats and I've had them for about 7 years now, and they're still going so strong. It was such a good spend of my money, and I would just recommend it to anybody, wireless over wired. But saying that, as I've already just contradicted myself, I am going to bring a pair of wire, just the normal generic headphones that you'd get with your phone, just because after a while headphones, they start to really push on your ears after wearing them for a couple of hours. So, but you still want to watch things on your phone and on the TV and stuff, and the TVs don't have wireless connection. So I'm going to bring my iPhone headphones just so that I do have the option in case I want to listen to things. I am then going to bring some card games. We did actually play a few card games last time with I've got this one, which I got for Christmas, which is a logo quiz. And then I've got Monopoly, Top Trumps. They're just really good to play and easy games to play lying down. And then I'm just going to bring a few of these horse books, which I've got just to read through. So the last thing I'd recommend to all of you guys is to get an aeroplane cushion. I don't have mine at the moment because it's at my dad's, but my neck in particular really hurt, and it was nice to have that stability on the way back, and if I was going in the wheelchair anywhere, to have it around my neck. And it was also really good to have to put my phone in and things at night so I didn't lose it, because obviously there's nothing to put it on in the bedside table, I couldn't reach, etc. But it's really nice to just have, and it adds that extra little bit of comfort. And then adding on from that, because I've just remembered as I was saying that, I've got this thing, I'll just go grab it. So I bought this when I was in my last surgery, but it didn't come in time to the hospital. But this is an over-the-bed storage container. I got this really cheap. I think it was like less than £10 on Amazon. But it's just got some pockets in. It's got stuff in it on my amount. And it just goes over your bed normally. But this time I'm going to put some Velcro. Some has fallen off, as you can see, like that. And then I'm going to attach it over the side of my hospital bed so that I can keep my phone and headphones and things in there. Because when you're asleep, there's nowhere to put them because you can't reach to obviously put them on the bedside tables provided. So it wasn't really bad. Luckily, I had my aeroplane cushion, but if you don't, I don't know what would have happened. Phones would have been lost everywhere. So I really think that this will be a really good investment to get, and to just have. If not, it does not take that much space up in your suitcase realistically. So if you don't use it, it's not the end of the world. So guys, that is the end of my suitcase video and my hospital tour. Thank you so much for watching this whole video. If you have any questions or any suggestions of anything I've forgotten, or any questions about the operation, then please put them in the comments, as I do frequently check them, or email me. My email is in the description box. I also have a TikTok channel, which is in the description box, which I update regularly on. So remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.